to yourself. You have a particularly strong commitment to women in Pakistan, and you have an absolutely infectious and palpable commitment to try to improve the lot of people who are less fortunate than you and than other members of Parliament. So you've come into politics, very obviously, on the back of a tradition, not least exhibited by your father, of public service, of trying to make life better for other people rather than being particularly preoccupied with yourself. As you pointed out to me earlier, you started by working in banking, you've served in the communication sector and with the Pakistan military or in support of it. But your real métier, and what I think gives you satisfaction, is to serve as a parliamentarian and to try to make a difference. And the reason we thought that your nomination was particularly impressive was that the Benazir Income Support Programme has made not merely a discernible but a dramatic difference to the quality of life, and perhaps in some cases even to the opportunity of continued life of any quality at all for people who would otherwise be denied it. My friends, we're talking about 5.3 million of the poorest women in Pakistan who, as a result of a greatly assisted by DFID programme of support, properly administered by BISP, have a chance of health, of education, of clothing, of basic sustenance, and more particularly the Benazir Income Support Programme, which you have with such incredible commitment directed over the last couple of years or so. There is a real focus on trying to tackle child malnutrition. And the programme has made and continues to make a difference. And it's not merely about relief of hunger and the opportunity to be educated, very important though those are. It is also, as I hinted in describing the purpose of the award, about trying to spawn or broker a better quality of citizenship than has hitherto been possible for those very disadvantaged people. I think we all know, we even know from our own country, of people who are living on the margins of society, what we call the hard-to-reach people, who are incredibly poor and not always very easy to identify and still more difficult to reach and practically to help, who are so marginalised from and unconnected with the society of which they're part, that frankly they don't really participate in the democracy of the country. We know in our own United Kingdom of people, for example, I'm not suggesting otherwise, they're analogous to the poorest people in Pakistan, who are not on the electoral register, who are transient, who move from one address to the other, who don't really take part in the democratic process. Now, in Pakistan, as a result of your programme, very significant numbers of women who previously didn't have an identity card and couldn't vote, do now have an identity card and can vote. And that is another feature of the programme, which is hugely and enduringly to your credit. So we decided that it was to be you. I can tell you that we decided unanimously in the panel of judges that you were the person who exhibited the qualities of leadership, of determination, of focus, of fighting against the odds, and of persistence. What Churchill, by the way, we were talking about Churchill earlier, used to call the KBO principle, the keep buggering on principle, which we thought most remarkable. So it had to be you that had the award. The fact that you were our designated choice, I had the great privilege to announce to Parliament on the 30th of March this year. I'm absolutely committed to the continuation of this award, and I like to think that whoever succeeds me as Speaker in due course will continue with it. I've always been grateful to Chris for coming up with the idea in the first place, and I've always been very happy to acknowledge that it was his very good idea, which I have simply inherited and put into practice. Lots of other people, Marvie, will in due course win this award, but nobody will ever be able to take away from you that you are the first and illustrious winner of this award. And I think many colleagues also, if I may say so, feel very proud that the first winner of the award is a Pakistani woman. So we are very proud of you. You can be very proud of yourself. I know that you've got friends and family, including your delightful son, who is continuing the London School of Economics tradition, here tonight. And I hope that you will take from tonight great memories, and that as you go through difficult times in your country in trying to broker improvements in the quality of life of poor women and children in Pakistan, you will think back to us and think, well, somebody from outside Pakistan did care and did think I mattered and did think that what I was doing was worthwhile, and did conclude that it was not only worthwhile but worthy of very special recognition. So we want to award you our encaustic tile, which is very much a British House of Commons tile. It may seem a somewhat quaint gift, but it is peculiarly the British